All right, Shalom. Give all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, Hashem Rakakwadash. All right, double honors to the apostles of the great millstone. Peace and blessing to the elect. All right, the elect of Israel. Okay, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, as well as you confusing the faces that bear witness with the scriptures. All right, but you look like the other nations. All right, Shalom. Okay, this topic is going to be the moon has always been our calendar. All right, I'm going to give a few scriptures, and I'm going to go into a little bit of secular history to back up my claim. All right, Lord willing, this video is edifying to an elect brother or sister. All right, this is Genesis chapter 1, verse 14. It says, "And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years." All right, that's talking about the sun and the moon. All right, the sun is dividing the day from the night, and the night is the night light is the moon, and the daylight is the sun. Okay, and these are for signs and for seasons and for days and years, man. All right, they number the days, all right, and the years. Okay, so all right, I'm gonna go to the see if I can switch the camera. All right, I'm gonna go to the Zondervan Dictionary, page 98. All right, the word calendar, it says during the Bible period, time was reckoned solely on astronomical observations. Days, months, and years were determined by the sun and moon. Okay, so that's clear. That's clear and point, man. All right, by the sun and the moon, man. All right, so the moon, that the word moon means what? Month. Okay. All right, let me get another precept. All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 43, verse 6. It says, "He made the moon also to serve in her seasons for a decoration of times and a sign of the world. From the moon is the sign of feasts, a light that decreases in her perfection. The month is called after her name." All right, moon means month, man. All right, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. Okay. All right, and let me just go to this site really quick. Let me just go to moon real quick. In the etymology, it says moon, heavenly body which revolves around the earth monthly. Okay, moon, month. All right. At the bottom it says to measure in reference to the moon's phases as an ancient and universal measure of time. All right. I'm gonna stay there. This is a site I found. It says the Sabbath day is wrong. It is neither on the Gregorian calendar. Salaki, it is not on the Gregorian calendar. According to the Bible, neither Saturday nor Sunday is the Sabbath. All right, so you Christians, you're wrong, man. All right, having so-called Sunday as your worship day, and a lot of Israelites and these fake Jews, all right, the Amalekites, all right, they're wrong because Saturday is not the Sabbath. All right, this website is on point to the T. It says the original calendar described in the Torah and used by Moses was based upon the phases of the moon, not a continuous weekly cycle. This lunar calendar was used for all the feast days, including the weekly Sabbath. Since the biblical calendar is used, since the biblical calendar is based on the moon, it does not correspond to the days of the modern Gregorian calendar. For example, the Sabbath is not always on Saturday, but could be on Wednesday one month and Thursday the next. All right, Khan says this has serious economic impacts as people desiring to follow the Sabbath day according to the biblical lunar calendar will find themselves have to ask for days off during the standard Monday to Friday work week. This would not just this would not this would be not just once or twice a year, but every week, because the Sabbath is every week, man. All right. Obviously, such a calendar, such a schedule would not be looked upon favorably by the employees and fellow employee by the employers and fellow employees. All right, and that's why a lot of people they follow this Friday to Saturday, and they call themselves Israelites because it's more convenient, man. All right, it's more convenient for them. All right, but I'm gonna get Judges chapter 5 and 11. All right, it says Judges chapter 5 verse 11 that they are delivered from the noises of archers in the places of drawing waters. There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord Yahweh, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates. All right, so in our place of captivity, we are to rehearse the righteous acts, man. All right, that's what we're doing now in Babylon, all right, known as America. All right, we're rehearsing the righteous acts, man. All right, I'm gonna read a little bit more. It says the biblical month starts with New Moon Day. It looks like this. All right, take a look at that calendar, but I'm gonna keep reading. It says, note, moon phases are approximate and are shown for the northern hemisphere. If you're south of the equator, they are reversed. On this calendar, the Sabbaths are always in the same place: the 8th, 15th, 22nd, and the 29th. Right, because the first day of the month is the new moon. All right, and you go 7 days, and that's the 8th. 7 days again, that's the 15th, 22nd, and 29th, man. All right. Of course, they are 7 days apart. Of course, yeah, but the count starts every lunar month, every new moon. All right, the first day of the month is New Moon Day. Then 7 days. Then the 7-day week begins, and the 8th day of the moon is the Sabbath. All right. Then it says 22nd is another Sabbath. I'm gonna go back up. It says the 15th day, the next Sabbath, is the full moon. All right, 22nd is another Sabbath. The last Sabbath of the month is the 29th. All right. Yep. It says the knowledge of the calendar has resurfaced after being ignored over 1,500 years. Careful reading of the scriptures, together with detailed study of history, revealed that the calendar used over 2,000 years ago is not the same as today. All right. The historical research reveals that Rome was responsible for enforcing the change, man. All right, they changed the calendar, man. All right. Let me get Daniel chapter 7 and 25. It says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into hand until the time and times of the dividing of time. All right, they changed the times, man. They changed the calendar. All right. And let me get First Peter's 3 and 8. Or is it Second Peter's? 2 Peter's 3 and 8. It says, but beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day, man. All right. Yahweh, his ways are above our ways, man. All right. I'm gonna go to Genesis chapter 2 verse 1. It says, thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them. And on the seventh day, God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his works which God created and made, man. All right, so a day, and we just read a day to Yahweh Shem Shai is 1,000 years. All right, and verse 4 says, these are the generations of the heavens and of the earth when they were created in the day that the Lord Yahweh power made the earth and the heaven. All right, so the earth was made in generations, man. All right, it took generations and time periods. All right, 1,000 years, man. All right, each generation, each day was 1,000 years, so it took 7,000 years, man. All right, and let me get a little bit more. All right, Isaiah 66 and verse 22. I'm gonna start at 22. It says, "For as the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, saith the Lord Yahweh, so shall your seed and your name remain, and it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith the Lord Yahweh." Man, all right, all flesh gonna is gonna come worship our Lord, all right, on the new moons, all right, and on the Sabbaths, man, all right, every new month and every Sabbath within that month, okay. That's and I was showing that to show you that the Sabbath and the new moon, man, they go hand in hand in the scriptures, man. All right, Amos chapter 8 verse 5 saying, "When will the new moon be gone that we may sell corn, and the Sabbath that we may set forth wheat, making the ephah small and the shekel great, and falsifying the balances by deceit," man. All right, the new moon and the Sabbath, man, they go hand in hand in the scriptures. All right, and I'm gonna go back to this. I had. Yeah, Saturday. You know, Saturday is what known as Saturn's Day. Saturday is okay. I'm gonna go down to this real quick. It says Saturday is still named after the ancient Roman god Saturn, whose temple ruins still stand in Forum, Romania, Rome, Italy. All right, it says Saturday is named after the Roman god and planet Saturn. All right, this was placed by the Roman Catholics, man. All right. And me myself, I used to do the Friday, Saturday, Sabbath, man. And I used to always say, man, I can't wait to Saturday. All right, I love Saturday. All right, that's giving worship to that day, Saturday, man. Because every you saying every Sabbath is Saturday, man. You're giving worship to that day, man. All right, because people always say, "Oh, I love the Sabbath," and they're loving that day, Saturday, man. You're blindly giving worship to Saturday. All right, just like the Christians, man, they giving worship to what? Sunday. Every Sunday they go into the church and they declaring that as the Lord's Day. All right, just like a lot of Israelites, they declare the Lord's Day as Saturday, man. It's not. All right, it's simply the seventh day, the seventh day, all right, of the new moon calendar month, man. All right, and it's plainly called the seventh day, man. All right, not Saturday. That has nothing to do with these modern Gregorian day calendar weeks, man. I mean days. All right, Monday, Sunday through Saturday, man. It has nothing to do with those days. All right, it has to do with the new moon, and you go 7 days, man. And whatever day that falls on, all right, that's the day that's the Shabbat, man. All right. See if I had anything more. Yep. That's pretty much it. You know, all right, Lord willing, this video was edifying. I'm gonna close out, give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. All right, double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone. All right, peace and blessings to the elect, the sincere brothers that's out there laboring in this work in the true doctrine. All right, and the sincere brothers, men, women, and children that's listening in truth and sincerity. To the next lesson, I say shalom.